she's got a really nice sense of humour, which kind of helps me because I've got a very dirty sense of humour. So it was good fun. We had a really good laugh, and then we have been brought closer because of the circumstances as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you are.
Whispers among royal insiders speak of a recent moment that left Kate and William utterly speechless and overwhelmed by emotions. Princess Charlotte's remarkable transformation, one that no one behind the palace walls could have predicted, has reportedly brought tears to her parents' eyes. While the bond between fathers and daughters is always special, there is something undeniably charming about Prince William's relationship with his daughter, Princess Charlotte. Looking beyond royal formalities and public appearances, the genuine connection between them shines through in the small moments, which are impossible to fake. Observers have often said that just a glance, a simple touch, or a passing smile between the two speaks volumes about how a father recognizes and cherishes his daughter's true spirit. Did you know that Prince William has a special nickname for Charlotte, Mignonette? It is a French term meaning small and sweet, and it sums up their dynamic perfectly. It is private and secret, not shouted out in public for the sake of spectacle. Growing up in the spotlight brings its own set of challenges, which most families can hardly imagine. Being born into it is a different twist altogether, from Charlotte's very first confident royal wave to her adorably elegant presence at major public events. William has always looked on with a mixture of pride and tenderness. But there was one particular moment that caught him so deeply that he couldn't hide how overwhelmed he was. This moment wasn't associated with any title or duty. It was simply a father realizing how quickly his little girl was growing up. The everyday acts of love shown by the whales resonate most strongly with the public, like discreetly smoothing her hair during a formal event, a gentle, reassuring hand at the small of the back, or a concerned glances exchanged during crowds. In that moment, their untouchable royal lives feel unexpectedly relatable as we see Will and Kate navigating their lives as young parents. But the recent change in Charlotte wasn't just a touching reminder of how fast time flies. It completely stunned her parents with the absolute shift, not just in how she carried herself, but in the magnetic presence she seemed to have recently acquired. Gone was the shy little girl clinging to her mother's hand. In her place stood a poised young lady, walking confidently into the world as if she was here to own the attention. Kate and William, always fiercely protective of their young family, found themselves struggling to process these changes in private. And yet, it's impossible not to be moved by Charlotte's rapid evolution, which unfolded at the Chelsea Flower Show. Unlike previous public outings, Charlotte wasn't simply following along or standing quietly beside her parents. She was thoroughly engaged in the conversations and asked pertinent questions, showing real curiosity and displaying an understanding far beyond her years. One look between William and Kate was loaded with understanding, pride, and the bittersweet hint of sadness as they witnessed her stepping into her own light. For William, the emotions could barely remain concealed. His eyes reflected the bittersweet realization that Charlotte was no longer just his little girl. She was becoming her own person. Observers also eager, noticing the subtle but unmistakable changes. The way Charlotte would sometimes walk ahead during events, how she would scan the crowd with composure, how she instinctively knew when to speak and when to stay silent. Remarkably, none of it appeared rehearsed or forced. Her grace was authentic, blossoming naturally under the gentle guidance of her parents. Much of Charlotte's poise can be traced back to her mother's quiet yet powerful influence. While the world often focuses on Kate's glamorous royal role, her true strength shines in her role as a mother. Kate's approach to parenting has always stood out, because despite her royal status, Kate has never allowed the trappings of her position and rigid protocols of the monarchy to dictate how she raises her children. With Charlotte, her style shines through even more clearly. School runs in casual jeans, a comforting touch during tense moments, whispered words of encouragement. Kate's parenting style focuses on nurturing confidence while keeping her children grounded. One particularly memorable instance happened during Wimbledon. Charlotte appeared slightly nervous when unsure how to carry herself in the intense public gaze, but Kate didn't snap or offer a stern correction. She gently brushed a lock of hair behind Charlotte's ear, leaned in, and whispered a few reassuring words. It was just enough to calm her down without forcing her to perform for the public. The right touch at just the right time. And that's how Kate's philosophy always places family before duty. Rather than overloading her kids with rigid rules of royal protocol, Kate prepared them for public life by teaching them the basics, but has left plenty of room for individuality. In watching Charlotte flourish, it's clear that mindset is paying off beautifully. Rather than being cast into a perfect princess who hides her tears, Charlotte is being nurtured to be an emotionally intelligent individual, capable of standing strong in the spotlight while remaining true to herself. As a result, the young royal appears at ease, never robotic or rehearsed, not just in grand moments, but in the milestones that have marked Charlotte's journey. Every child hits developmental milestones, but royal life means that these moments are witnessed by millions. For Charlotte, even simple events like changing schools from Wilcox Nursery to Thomas's Battersea were supposed to signal Charlotte's transition into a more public-facing role, alongside her brother George. The image of Charlotte and George walking into school together captured a moment of growing independence, and a bittersweet reminder for William and Kate that their children were growing up fast. There were other moments too, her signature waves at formal events, the endearing photographs of Charlotte heading off to nursery in her bright red coat. The cute royal photos were reminders of her blossoming confidence, and in every glimpse, the pride on William and Kate's faces was unmistakable. But perhaps no moment captured Charlotte's transformation better than during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. During the solemn occasion, Charlotte stood tall, curtsied with remarkable grace, and carrying herself with dignity and composure that seemed far beyond her years. Kate's loving hand on her daughter's back during that deeply symbolic moment said everything. Encouragement, love, and pride wrapped into a simple, powerful gesture. As per royal insiders, Charlotte's is quickly becoming a pivotal figure within her family, behind the palace walls. Despite her position as the middle child, Charlotte has a natural leadership quality that those close to the family often notice. Her relationship with her younger brother Prince Louis is a perfect illustration of her quiet authority. Affectionately dubbed the Louis Whisperer by insiders, Charlotte has an intuitive sense of how to guide and comfort him. Whether it's during formal events or playful garden afternoons, Charlotte has a unique way of grounding her energetic little brother by offering her hand during formal events or by gently reminding him how to behave. The usually unruly Louis also tunes into her guidance immediately, and even George, the future king, often finds reassurance in Charlotte's presence. Observers have noticed how Charlotte checks on him during public events. The gesture of support is subtle, yet it speaks volumes about their deep sibling bond. While the princess is undoubtedly preparing for a future filled with royal responsibilities, her parents are exploring a path for her that is more flexible than royal tradition might suggest. There are talks about Charlotte receiving lessons in tactical driving and international relations. These aren't the typical activities of a young princess, but William and Kate are determined that her future isn't bound by tiaras, ceremonies, and titles. They have already made it pretty clear that Charlotte won't be boxed into a singular royal role. If Charlotte herself decides to embrace a public royal role, she'll be ready for it. But if she wants to opt for a career beyond the palace gates, the future king and queen are going to cheer her wholeheartedly. This forward-thinking approach represents a significant break from past traditions, a quiet revolution led by parents determined to give their daughter the freedom to choose her own future. For now, Charlotte's life remains balanced between ballet lessons, schoolwork, and lively family moments, supported by a family who wants to make sure Charlotte's world is one where her dreams can flourish alongside her royal responsibilities. For the time being, the shy little girl clinging to her mother's hand is now the poised young royal who can navigate state ceremonies with grace. Princess Charlotte's life is going to be filled with many such tender family moments, unexpected milestones, and the powerful support of parents who cherish her deeply. What's your favorite Charlotte moment so far? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt royal stories.